All right, good morning, everyone. I'd like to call to order the Judiciary Committee meeting for Monday, April 1st, 2024. This is our JF deadline day. We are going to turn to section 4 of our agenda, claims for possible review. I'll turn to number 16. I'll entertain a motion to JFS Senate Joint Resolution number 7. JFS is LCO number 3485.
So moved.
Motion from Senator Winfield, second from Representative Fishbein. This is this JFS language combines all the extensions resolutions in the Senate are merged into this resolution. Discussion? If not, Representative Fishbein.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I move that we create a consent calendar and that we move SJ number 7, a resolution granting the Claims Commissioner extension of time to dispose of the claim of Stephanie Lyons-Keeley to that consent calendar.
Any objections? Seeing none, so ordered. Next, number 17, Senate Joint Resolution number 153, resolution confirming the decision of the Claims Commissioner to dismiss the claim against the state of Yolanda Ortiz. Motion is a JFS, LCO number 3566.
So moved.
Motion from Senator Winfield, second from Senator Kissel. This resolution consolidates confirmation of dismissals in one resolution. There are 30 of them consolidated into the JFS. Any discussion? Rep. Fishbein?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chair, I just especially wanted to mention with regard to Yolanda Ortiz, this is a case that I know I read about in the Hartford Current where a young boy had been taken from the mother by DCF, and there was problems with oversight by the department. The young man had run away from DCF a few times, and unfortunately, in our system presently, there's nothing that could be done with that young man. And at the age of 17, he was killed by another juvenile in Hartford. And unfortunately, this claim, as with many claims that are before us here today, the claim against the state was filed very late, well outside of the statute of limitations. So, you know, it pains me to follow the law in this case, but I find that we are forced to. So I know she did appear for our public hearing. I do sympathize with the loss of her son, and just wanted to make that known. Thank you.
You have a motion, Representative Fishbein?
Yes, and with that, Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we move SJ 153, a resolution confirming the decision of the Claims Commissioner to dismiss the claim against the state of Yolanda Ortiz to the consent calendar.
Any objections? Seeing none, so ordered. Number 18, Senate Joint Resolution 158, resolution confirming the decision of the Claims Commissioner to deny the claim against the state of Allison Weir, JFS LCO 3570.
Second.
So motion for JFS, motion from Senator Winfield, second from Representative Fishbein. Again, this consolidates confirmation of certain denials into one resolution. Is there discussion? Rep. Fishbein?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we move SJ 158, a resolution confirming the decision of the Claims Commissioner to deny the claim against the state of Allison Weir to the consent calendar.
Any objection to placing this item on consent? Seeing none, so ordered. Senate Joint number 19, Senate Joint Resolution 164, resolution accepting the recommendation of the Claims Commissioner to grant an award to Luis Ortiz on his claim against the state. Motion is a JF.
So moved. Second.
Motion from Senator Winfield, second from Senator Kissel. Discussion? Seeing none. Rep. Fishbein?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we move SJ 164, resolution accepting the recommendation of the Claims Commissioner to grant an award to Luis Ortiz on his claim against the state to the consent calendar.
Is there objection to placing this item on consent? Is there objection? Seeing none, so ordered. Number 20, Senate Joint Resolution 173, resolution confirming the decision of the Claims Commissioner to deny the claim against the state of Mark Stewart. The motion is a JFS, LCO 3574.
So moved. Second.
Motion for JFS from Senator Winfield, second from Senator Kissel. This resolution, the JFS is a remand to the Claims Commissioner, finding that Mark Stewart was wrongfully incarcerated for 30 days, and the Claims Commissioner is to determine the compensation award based on that determination. Is there discussion? Rep. Fishbein?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just, a question for LCO. My understanding is that because of the action ostensibly taken by this committee, that the title will change as a result of that.
That is correct.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. With that, Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we move SJ 173, a resolution confirming the decision of the Claims Commission to deny the claim against the state of Mark Stewart to the consent calendar.
Is there objection? Seeing none, so ordered. Number 21, Senate Joint Resolution Number 174, resolution confirming the decision of the Claims Commission to deny the claim against the state of Heidi Silva. Motion is for JFS, LCO number 3577. Motion from Senator Winfield, second from Senator Kissel. This is, under the JFS language, is actually a remand, giving the claimant a rehearing before a new temporary special deputy to correct the bifurcated process that involved the claim being heard and decided by multiple individuals. So essentially, remand on technical grounds. Is there discussion? Rep. Fishbein?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we move the SJ 174 resolution confirming the decision of the Claims Commissioner to deny the claim against the state of Heidi Silva to the consent calendar.
Is there discussion? Seeing no, is there objection? Seeing no objection, then so ordered onto consent. Number 22, Senate Joint Resolution Number 181, resolution confirming the decision of the Claims Commissioner to dismiss the claim against the state of Christopher Platt. Motion will be at JFS, LCO number 3580.
So moved. Second.
Motion from Senator Winfield, second from Senator Kissel. The JFS language here, again, is actually a remand, giving the claimant a hearing on the merits as the matter had been dismissed, and there were questions by the committee as to whether the claimant had actual notice of the handling of the claim. Is there discussion? Is there discussion? Rep. Fishbein?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we move SJ 181, a resolution confirming the decision of the Claims Commissioner to dismiss the claim against the state of Christopher Platt to the consent calendar.
Is there objection placed in this item on consent? Is there objection? Seeing none, so ordered. Number 23, House Joint Resolution Number 23, resolution granting the Claims Commissioner an extension of time to dispose of the claim of Vanessa Santana. This will be a JFS, LCO number 3455.
Moved. Second.
Motion from Senator Winfield, second from Senator Kissel. This JFS language merges several extension resolutions in the House together into the one resolution. Discussion. Seeing none. Rep. Fishbein?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to move HJ 23, a resolution granting the Claims Commissioner an extension of time to dispose of the claim of Vanessa Santana to the consent calendar.
Is there discussion? Is there discussion or is there objection? Seeing none, so ordered onto consent. Number 24, House Joint Resolution Number 175, resolution confirming the decision of the Claims Commission to deny the claim against the state of Jesse Crystal. The motion will be at JFS, LCO number 3545.
So moved. Second.
Motion from Senator Winfield, second from Senator Kissel. The JFS language actually is a remand for hearing on the merits of this claim. Rep. Fishbein?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to move HJ 175, a resolution confirming the decision of the Claims Commissioner to deny the claim against the state of Jesse Crystal to the consent calendar.
Is there objection placed in this item on consent? Seeing none, so ordered. Number 25, House Joint Resolution Number 176, resolution confirming the decision of the Claims Commissioner to dismiss the claim against the state of Alexandria Boutine. Motion is a JFS, LCO number 3565.
So moved. Second.
Motion from Senator Winfield, second from Senator Kissel. The JFS language here consolidates confirmation of dismissals, multiple dismissals into one resolution. Rep. Fishbein?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to move HJ 176, a resolution confirming the decision of the Claims Commissioner to dismiss the claim against the state of Alexandria Bhutan to the consent calendar.
Is there objection to placing this item on consent? Is there objection? Seeing none, so ordered. Number 26, House Joint Resolution Number 178, resolution confirming the decision of the Claims Commission to deny the claim against the state of Thomas Champion. This will be a JFS LCO number 3542.
So moved. Second.
Motion from Senator Winfield, second from Senator Kissel. Again, this resolution under the JFS language has a consolidation of multiple denials into one resolution. Rep. Fishbein?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to move HJ 178, a resolution confirming the decision of the Claims Commissioner to deny the claim against the state of Thomas Champion to the consent calendar.
Is there objection? Seeing none, so ordered. 27, House Joint Resolution Number 201, resolution confirming the decision of the Claims Commission to deny the claim against the state of Guy Dianello. Motion is a JFS, LCO number 3546.
So moved. Second.
Motion from Senator Winfield, second from Senator Kissel. The JFS language here actually is a remand for a hearing on the merits of this claim. Rep. Fishbein?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to move HJ 201, a resolution confirming the decision of the Claims Commissioner to deny the claim against the state of Guy Danello to the consent calendar.
Is there objection? Seeing none, so ordered. 28, House Joint Resolution Number 203, resolution confirming the decision of the Claims Commissioner to dismiss the claim against the state of Joe Baltus. Motion is a JFS, LCO number 3547.
So moved. Second.
Motion from Senator Winfield, second from Senator Kissel. The JFS language here actually is a remand with an order to make a specific payment of, I believe it's around $250 to dispose of this claim. Rep. Fishbein?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to move HJ 203, a resolution confirming the decision of the Claims Commissioner to dismiss the claim against the state of Joe Baltus to the consent calendar.
Is there objection? Seeing none, so ordered. House Joint, number 29, House Joint Resolution Number 214, resolution affirming the decision of the Claims Commissioner granting permission to claimant Joe Dickerson to sue the state. Motion is a JFS, LCO number 3555.
So moved. Second.
Motion from Senator Winfield, second from Senator Kissel. The JFS language here, again, is a remand based on the grounds that this resolution really shouldn't properly before the General Assembly. Representative Fishbein?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to move HJ 214, a resolution affirming the decision of the Claims Commissioner granting permission to claimant John Dickerson to sue the state to the consent calendar.
Is there objection to placing this item on consent? Is there objection? If not, so ordered. At this point, I want to just make sure, we will do this again later, obviously, but I want to specifically acknowledge the hard work of Ranking Member Fishbein as well as Vice Chairman Quinn and a team of interns who we'll specifically recognize later, who spend hours upon hours upon hours working through the hundreds of claim files that get sent to this committee, either for confirmation or denial or extension requests, and have to be individually reviewed and looked through. And we create something of a de facto subcommittee to work through those, and I know they spend countless hours, which allows us to process through this in committee in all of 12 minutes. So Representative Fishbein, Vice Chairman Quinn, thank you for your leadership on this. With that, we are going to break for caucus at this point, and we'll be back. All right, we'd like to reconvene the Judiciary Committee meeting. Section 3, bills for possible JF. Number 4, Senate Bill number 359, an act concerning services provided by the Department of Children and Families to relatives of a person whose death was caused by an intimate partner violence. The motion is a JFS, LCO number 3443.
So moved.
Motion from Senator Kissel, second from Representative Fishbein. Is there discussion on this bill? I will note that I do know that DCF continues to have issues with some of the language of this bill. I'm going to support it today to move it out of committee and allow those conversations to continue, but I will note that opposition for the record. Senator Kissel.
Thank you very much, Chairman Staffstrom. I just want to thank the leadership of this committee on both sides of the aisle and both chambers. This is an initiative by my friend and colleague, Senator Sampson. It's called Ebony's Law, regarding individuals that really wanted to obtain custody and to protect a young person when trouble befell her biological parents. And it affords an alternative means of having this child placed. And while I understand DCF does have concerns, I'm hoping that those issues can be ironed out as this bill moves forward, and appreciate everyone's support. Thank you, Chairman Staffstrom.
Seeing no further discussion, Madam Administrator, please call the roll.
Roll call vote on Senate Bill 359 to JFS it to the floor with LCO 3443. Winfield,
One's on the front.
Staffstrom,
Yes.
Flexer, Quinn,
Yes.
Kissel,
Yes.
Fishbein,
Yeah.
Blumenthal, Callahan, Conley,
Yes, Conley, yes.
Curry, Delaney,
Delaney, yes.
Dillon, Doucette, Dubitsky,
Yes.
Elliott,
Elliot, yes.
Gaston,
Yes.
Gilchrist, Godfrey, Paul,
Yes.
Harding, Hayes, Howard, Johnson, Khan, Labriola, Lesser,
Lesser, yes.
Mar, Miller, O'Day,
O'Day, yes.
Osborne, Havelock D'Amato, Porter, Sampson, Sims, Beach,
Yes.
Walker, Wilson.
Curry, yes.
Thank you.
All right, number 8, Senate Bill number 444, an act concerning the modification of sentences for cannabis-related offenses. Motion is a JF.
So moved. Second.
Motion from Senator Winfield, second from Representative Quinn. Again, we are here on deadline day. Sometimes bills remain works in progress, unfortunately, as we get there. I think the goals of this bill are very laudable. I think we're still struggling with how to actually effectuate this bill, the intent of this bill, given the recognition that, frankly, a lot of our drug possession offenses were categorized as the same, and it would really take some manual work to go through the records to determine whether someone was charged with, say, possession of cannabis as opposed to possession of heroin or some other controlled cocaine or some other controlled substance. So I think this bill, unfortunately, probably still has some work and a little bit of an uphill battle in terms of what the cost of this might be for the agencies to effectuate this, but we will vote it out today with that recognition, given, I think, what is a laudable goal to the bill. Senator Kissel.
Thank you very much, Chairman Staffstrom. I appreciate the advocates' desire to want to clean up records, especially for low-level, typically marijuana possession offenses. But yes, here in Connecticut, unfortunately, in the land of steady habits, we have various data collection systems, and as the good chair indicated, to try to parse through this, some folks are going to have to wade through files by hand, and it's going to be timely and costly. We are compiling budget priorities. We have spending caps, bonding caps, and the like, which I think are extremely healthy for the people of the state of Connecticut and our taxpaying constituents. But that being the case, I'm going to vote no on this today to flag it because there will be a price tag. It's probably going to have to go to appropriations. And I just know that this initiative is going to be competing with other worthwhile expenditures as well. And so I just want to see how that plays out. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Further on the bill? Further on the bill? If not, Madam Administrator, please call the roll.
Roll call vote on Senate Bill 444 to JF it to the floor. Winfield,
Winfield, in the affirmative.
Staffstrom,
Yes.
Plexer, Quinn,
Yes.
Kissel,
No.
Fishbein.
No.
Blumenthal, Callahan, Conley, Curry,
Yes.
Delaney,
Yes.
Dillon, Doucette, Dubitsky,
No.
Elliott,
Yes.
Gaston, Gilchrist, Godfrey, Hall, Harding, Hayes, Howard, Johnson, Khan, Labriola, Lesser,
Lester, yes.
Mar, Miller,
Oh,
O'Day.
Miller, yes.
Thank you. O'Day,
O'Day, no.
Osborne,
Osborne, yes.
Havelock Tomato,
Havelock Tomato votes no.
Porter, Sampson, Sims,
Sims in the affirmative.
Veach. No. Walker, Wilson.
Thank you. And I should have mentioned, we will hold the votes until 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock on our action today. All right, number 9, House Bill number 5256, an act concerning liability for injuries inherent in camping while at a private campground. Motion is a JF.
So moved.
Motion from Senator Kissel. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Representative Quinn. Discussion on this bill. Representative Fishbein.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we create a consent calendar, that we move item number 9, HB 5256, an act concerning liability for injuries inherent in camping while at a private campground, to that consent calendar.
Representative Fishbein, I believe we already have a consent calendar,
yeah.
so we do not need to create one. But if your motion is to add this to our existing consent calendar, then that will entertain.
Duly corrected. Thank you.
Okay. Is there opposition to placing this on the consent calendar? Is there opposition? If not, so ordered. We do have some happy campers, yes. House Bill number 5379. An act concerning the duties of the state marshals and the operations of the State Marshal Commission and the State Marshals Advisory Board. This will be a JFS LCO number 3539. Is there a motion? And a second. Motion from Representative Fishbein, second from Representative Quinn. This is our omnibus bill from the state marshals involving various changes to the commission and operations of marshals. The S language largely involves deletions of the original bill, specifically new language in sections 5, certain language in section 5 and 6 was amended, and in 7 the word knowingly was added, among other changes to sections, to the language therein, and then also former sections 8D and 12 were removed in the S language. Senator Kissel.
Thank you very much, Chairman Staffstrom. I'm going to be voting no on this bill today, just to flag it. I know that there's some controversy regarding Section 11. Apparently, there's a marshal out there in Connecticut, not in my district, but south of my district, that has some concerns with that section. I'm hoping that the advocates for the bill can sit down and hammer out any differences they may have regarding that particular section. I just really hope that when it comes before the Senate, which I would anticipate that eventually it will, that particular issue will have been resolved. But I will say that the individual that came and testified at the public hearing on behalf of the bill did an outstanding job, and I really compliment him for his detailed explanation of the provisions of the bill. Thank you very much, Chairman Staffstrom.
Thank you. Further discussion? If not, Madam Administrator, please call the roll.
Roll call vote on House Bill 5379 to JFS it to the floor with LCO 3539. Winfield,
Winfield.
Staffstrom,
Yes.
Flexer, Quinn,
Yes.
Kissel,
No.
Fishbein, Blumenthal, Callahan,
Yes.
Conley,
Conley, yes.
Curry,
Yes.
Delaney,
Delaney in the affirmative.
Dillon,
Dillon, yes.
Doucette, Dubitsky,
Yes.
Elliott,
Elliot, yes.
Gaston,
Yes.
Gilchrist, Godfrey, Paul, Harding, Hayes, Howard, Johnson, Khan, Labriola, Lesser, Marr, Miller,
Miller, yes.
O'Day,
O'Day, yes.
Osborne,
Osborne, yes.
Havelock D'Amato,
Havelock D'Amato votes no.
Porter, Sampson, Sims,
Sims in the affirmative.
Beach. Yes. Walker, Wilson,
Number 11, House Bill number 5411, an act concerning requests for health records and the fees charged for access to such records. The motion is a JF.
So moved.
Motion from Rep. Quinn, second from Senator Winfield. Representative Quinn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, this is the second of the working groups that I co-chaired with Representative Conley. This bill is also a work in progress and represents what was forwarded out of the committee, though there have been a number of discussions since the committee ended, and those discussions are ongoing, and we're hoping that we get to some agreement on language that everybody can live with, and that's what makes it to the floor. Now, just in case that doesn't happen, with the chair's indulgence, I just want to thank the people who worked on this committee. We also spent as much time on this committee as we did on the benefits group. So would like to thank Mike D'Amico, Representative O'Day, Senator Anwar, Jennifer Cox, Senator Summers, Kim Schlottman, Marie Gallo Hall, Kyle Probst, Liz McElhaney, Rick Silver, Rachel Pattison, Kathleen Nastry, Carl Schissel, Lane Gakos, and Sue Schaffnin for all of their work on the committee. It was a very productive group, and also Nate Kallickman and Kirsten Briner for all of their work in helping us get this done.
You, Representative O'Day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. And I want to thank Representative Quinn and Representative Conley for running a very efficient, effective committee and seeking input from everybody. And I am going to vote yes and urge my colleagues to vote yes on this bill. It's not perfect, and we are going to work on it further. It is a work in progress, and I'm always hesitant when I hear work in progress, but it's better than not getting anything out. And I'm encouraged, and I truly believe we'll be able to get something that may be able to go unanimously through the House and Senate. So thank you very much again to Representatives Quinn and Conley for their work, and And I urge my colleagues to vote for it. Thank you.
Further discussion on this? Representative Fishbein?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we move item number 11, which is HB 5411, an act concerning requests for health records and fees charged for access to such records to the consent calendar.
Is there objection to placing this item on consent? Is there objection? Seeing none, so ordered. All right, turning back to item number 6, Senate Bill number 429, an act concerning a study of the civil procedure laws of this state. Motion is JF. Motion from Senator Winfield, second from Senator Kissel. Discussion on this? If not, Madam Minister. Representative Dubitsky?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, this and along with 3 other bills on the agenda are colloquially known as dummy bills. They have no substance to them. They are intended to circumvent the public hearing process. And I don't think that we should be entertaining bills that don't have any meaning to them or any purpose other than to circumvent the public hearing process. So for that reason, I'll be voting against this bill and the 3 other dummy bills on the agenda today. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative. Your opposition is noted. I would just note for the record that certainly the intent of the leadership of this committee is not to circumvent the public hearing process. But what we have found in years past is oftentimes issues come up after we have completed our public hearing process. Sometimes what that involves is taking a bill and splitting it into 2, or there are fixes to a bill that need to be made, etc. And so these serve as vehicles to do that. And you are correct that the language in these bills would likely be flushed out further before they were called on the House or the Senate floor. But I do want to note for the record that certainly it is not the intent to circumvent the public hearing process in any way. Representative Fishbein?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I hearken back to the last session where we had the onerous 6667 bill, the gun control bill, and we passed that along party lines. And then a few days later, it was brought to our attention that some fixes needed to be done. In particular, that we exempted armed security from the open carry portions of that bill. We also were able to add exemptions for individuals to be able to open carry on their own property, things like that. And Mr. Chairman, if I may inquire, wasn't it a dummy bill that was utilized to do those things?
Yeah, Representative Fishbein, it was. In fact, I sort of resent the notion of a dummy bill. I think these are probably more aptly referred to as placeholder bills, which will be filled in later. And at least in my time on leadership of this committee, every time we've used a placeholder bill on this committee, it has always been done on a bipartisan basis. I cannot recall a time that it was just the Democratic leadership of the committee that put language in. It is always negotiated with our ranking members' input and buy-in.
Thank you,
Back to
Mr. Chairman.
Representative.
Thank you. That's it.
Senator Winfield.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Just briefly, I also recall a time when the bill was so controversial that using the number just was not something that we could do. I don't think the 2 sides of the aisle, if you will, that were engaged in a discussion were able to believe that anything associated with that number could be clean. And so we needed another vehicle because there had been conversations going on the side about what we could agree upon. We needed another vehicle in order to do the things that were agreed upon. And so I think there are various reasons why these types of bills are important. And those are instances where, all of the instances that have been mentioned, instances where nothing new came out of the process, but it was a different way of approaching it. And so recognizing the feelings of some folks, it is important that we maintain these bills in both the House and the Senate, depending, so that when these things happen, we are able to continue with the work that actually had public hearings and get the business done for the people of the state. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Further discussion or comments? Representative Trubisky for a second time.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I didn't mean to imply that this was partisan in any way. Both parties utilize these bills, and I object to it when my own party does it. I object to it when the other party does it. They are used for a variety of purposes, but they give the legislature the opportunity for mischief that happens behind the scenes that the public is not aware of. And for that reason, even though they do at times come in handy, they should not be utilized, in my opinion. So I will continue to vote against them and continue to speak out against them. Thank you.
Further discussion? If not, Madam Administrator, please, call the roll on these placeholder bills.
Roll call vote on Senate Bill 429 to JF it to the floor. Winfield, Staffstrom, Staffstrom,
Yes.
Flexer,
Yes.
Quinn,
Yes.
Kissel,
Yes.
Fishbein, Blumenthal, Callahan, Conley,
Conley, yes.
Curry, Delaney,
Curry, Delaney, yes.
Dillon,
Dillon, yes.
Doucette,
Yes.
Dubitsky,
No.
Elliott,
Yes.
Gaston, Gilchrist, Godfrey, Hall, Harding, Hayes, Howard, Johnson, Khan, Labriola, Lesser, Marr, Miller,
Miller, yes.
O'Day,
O'Day, yes.
Osborne,
Osborne, yes.
Havelock Tomato,
Pavlik Tomato votes yes.
Porter,
Representative Porter votes in the affirmative.
Sampson, Sims, Beach,
Yes.
Walker,
Sims in the affirmative.
thank you, Wilson,
All right, moving on to Senate Bill number 438, which is item number 7 on our agenda, an act concerning a study of the criminal procedure laws of this state. Is there a motion? Motion for JF from Senator Winfield, second from Senator Kissel. Is there discussion? Representative Trubisky will note your objection.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This too is a dummy bill, and I will be voting against it for the same reasons I indicated on the last bill. Thank you.
Further discussion? Further discussion? If not, let me ask if there's any change in vote from our last roll call. Is there any change in vote? If not, then Madam Administrator, please note the same votes on that one. All right, number 13, House Bill number 5486, an act concerning a study of the civil laws of the state. Motion is a JF. Motion from Senator Winfield, second from Senator Kissel. Representative Trubisky will note your objection again. Thank you very much. Let me ask if there's
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate it.
any further discussion? Any further discussion? If not, let me ask if there's any change in vote from our last roll call. Is there any change in vote? Seeing none, Madam Administrator, please note the same vote logging. Number 14, House Bill number 5499, an act concerning a study of the criminal laws of the state. The motion will be a JF.
So moved. Second.
Motion from Senator Winfield, second from Senator Kissel. Representative Trubisky's objection is noted. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, let me ask if there's any change in vote from our last roll call. Is there any change in vote from our last roll call? Seeing none, Madam Administrator, please register the same votes as were logged for the roll call on Senate Bill number 429. All right, before we turn to our consent calendar, that is going to bring us to the end of our business for this session on the Judiciary Committee. I guess we're so efficient last week, thanks to everyone's cooperation and the bipartisan nature in which we moved our business this year. I will say, you know, oftentimes we look at what happens in Washington, or sometimes folks like to focus on the disagreements between the parties or between the various chambers. You know, from where I sit, you know, this committee, I think, is a model, not just for the legislature here in Connecticut, but frankly for the way legislative business should be moved, and I wish Washington took a cue from us sometimes. But if you look at the number of bills that we moved out of this committee on a bipartisan basis this year, if you look at the way in which we got through public hearings and had everyone who wanted to speak have an opportunity to speak, made revisions to bills, voted out generally, I think, fairly complete products on most of the bills we drafted out. So I would be remiss if we didn't take a couple minutes. Certainly, I want to thank our staff. There are a lot of folks who spend a lot of time, a lot of effort making us, frankly, look good and be able to move stuff as expeditiously as we did this year. I want to start with our legal interns. We're blessed to have 4 legal interns this year who helped us process through, as I mentioned earlier, literally hundreds of claims resolutions and files. And those would be Avi Schwimmer from Yukon, Brianna DeVivo from Quinnipiac, Anna Jackson from Yukon, and Keith Brown Jr. from Yukon. We simply would not be able to process through the business we do on claims without the volunteer assistance of those individuals. Hopefully they learned a little something from us, because we certainly learned a great deal from them this session. I want to thank our nonpartisan staff, certainly Mike Erickson and Brianna Pollard from OFA, who helped crunch our numbers for us. Certainly our OLR staff and Michelle Kirby and James Orland, who've been with us for multiple sessions now, and frankly, I think know these topics and issues as well, if not better than we do as a committee. And of course, the 2 best attorneys in the building, 2 best LCOs in the building, by far, Bill O'Shea and Angela Rem, who just the volume, the breadth of material that they're asked to process through between civil procedure, criminal laws. I think he even had him working on energy policy a little bit this year. So we greatly appreciate the work that they do, and their diligence, professionalism, and certainly the nonpartisan advice they give to us. I want to thank our sessional staff this year. We actually had a new sessional staff this year, some new faces in our office, but they very quickly got up to speed and did a ton of work. Certainly Bonnie Gray, Murray Sento, and Kathleen Collins, all of whom worked very hard with us this session, and we greatly appreciate their support. And moving on to our permanent staff, certainly Anita Marshall, who I know Senator Winfield will mention in a minute, but I want to especially thank Nate Kleckman, who has been my aide and now the clerk of this committee for 2 years, has been amazing in terms of uh, keeping, frankly, the trains running on time, getting up to speed on the issues, providing both policy advice and otherwise. So Nate, thank you. And certainly Kirsten Bernier, who has been our administrator now for a second session, has done an absolutely phenomenal job of helping us navigate this world of remote technology and in person, and even equipped our conference room now with better technology to be able to move through stuff. So certainly want to thank you, and I also want to thank the Democratic House policy staff, Zoe Gluck, who of course was longtime committee clerk for this committee, and now is assisting us on the policy side and remains very involved in the work we do. I want to certainly thank our vice chairs, Senator Flexer and Representative Quinn, both of whom have worked amazingly well with our ranking members and with us as chairs, and in order to help us move business, stepping in to cover public hearings, as Representative Quinn noted, chairing two different working groups in the off session, and certainly working through claims and the myriad of other bills that have come before this committee. And as I started, this is a committee that I think works well on a bipartisan basis. It is one where there is a great deal of mutual respect and admiration between the chairs and the ranking members. Yes, we do have our times where we disagree on policy, but I think what is special is we're able to have those disagreements very frankly, very honestly, tell people where our lines are, and that is respected. And we know when we can, even when we disagree on policy, we still can work well together in terms of moving the business we need to do, and frankly improving upon bills and language, even if there's disagreement on the policy. So a special thank you to Senator Kissel and Representative Fishbein. And of course, a final thank you to my co-chair now for, I guess this is our 6th session together. It seems like just yesterday, but certainly an amazing partnership with my friend and colleague Senator Winfield, and wouldn't want to chair this committee with anybody else. He really is a pleasure to work with. Senator Winfield, turn it to you.
Thank you. You would think, given that I've been in leadership of this committee in one way or the other since 2011, that I would be prepared to say what I never am. But I just want to first echo the comments that my co-chair made, and just point out that there are a lot of people associated with this committee who give up inordinate amounts of their personal time. And that is not something that I take for granted. I would start in, I guess, the opposite direction with the committee administrator. Oftentimes I am asking her not to do work at certain hours, and we all do that throughout the building, but on this committee we ask a lot. And I would know because I sat on just about every committee, because I think people's personal time is important, but it just demonstrates the dedication that the members, the staff have to this committee. And I will note that, Kirsten stepped into some really big shoes to fill and has done it exceedingly well. So thank you for that. And thank you for keeping up with all of us, but I will thank you particularly for keeping up with me, because that's not easy. Nate is the clerk of the committee and Steve's aide, but he is always there when I need something, and I know it's true of our ranking members and the vice chairs as well. And I want to thank you for the work that you've done. It has been amazing. I'm not going to go through every single person because Rep. Staffstrom did, but I feel as though since we eat up so much of their time, I actually have to mention our LCOs because I would agree with Steve about their place in the pantheon of those who do that work. But they also give up a lot of their time because we ask a lot of their time. And we are often not 100% sure what we are asking for from them. It is very much appreciated the work that you do. You make this committee run. Folks come to us, they have ideas. Some of those ideas are completely thought out and some of them are fragments. And at the end of the day, they turn into policy. That is not by magic, that is by, in many ways, the work that you do. So I want to thank you. I do want to echo the thanks to all of the other staffers. I'm not appreciative of your work, but I don't want us to go too far. I will point out my aide who, similar to what I said about Kirsten, has to try to track me down and thank her for her work. And then I want to just say something about the public. Because look, the work we do is the work of the public. And I know that folks come here and sometimes don't understand why a bill moves or does not move. But I want you to understand that folks are here doing their best to try to make what you think we should be doing the policy of the state. And we also have a responsibility to think it through. And when you come here sometimes and it seems like it doesn't make a lot of sense or it's opaque, sometimes it's just not ready yet. And I don't want anybody, because I sat on that side for quite a while. I don't want anybody to walk away ever feeling like they're not heard here, that this is not a space for their voice, although sometimes I know it can feel that way. I want members of the public, if you have engaged with us and you haven't gotten out of this committee what you think you need to get, to remember that there are folks here, and I think it's the majority of us, if not all of us, right, who are very much interested in what you have to say. But we all come from a different perspective. And while we may not get it the first year, you see, if you pay attention, that eventually those pieces of policy which really should be done get done. And oftentimes they get done in a way that you didn't expect, which is a bipartisan way. So I just want to say that because I know sometimes people walk away from this process just completely confused and even dejected. And I don't want anyone to feel that. With that, I will turn it back over to Chairman Staffstrom after I say thank you to him for being a great partner. I had limited time this session, given some things happening outside of the building, and he made it possible for me to continue to do the work in the way that I've been doing it. So thank you. I think I've been told we're throwing to Senator Kissel.
Thank you very much. I've been lucky enough to serve on this committee since my second term. And so I've been on the committee since 1995. And this has actually probably been one of the smoothest years I can ever recall. To that, the credit, I think, primarily goes to the co-chairs for being just open, accessible, and we all work very well together. And yeah, in Connecticut, we're going to disagree. I'm in a minority party, hasn't always been that way, but probably once every 15 years, I may get close to being in the majority in the Senate, but it's a very democratic state. That's okay though, because the majority party, at least on this committee, and I believe to a great extent within this building, listens to the minority and will take their ideas more often than not. Are there going to be things where there's just loggerheads? Yes, absolutely. But I think, as both chairs indicated, this committee in particular works extraordinarily well. I know that when I'm chatting with my friend and colleague, the President Pro Tem of the Senate, Senator Looney, he speaks that this is his favorite committee when he comes and testifies, and he has fond memories back when he served on this committee as well. And it's not just because he's an attorney, but this committee is just highly noted for grappling with all sorts of issues. And they really do run the gamut. As Chairman Staffstrom indicated, we bumped into an energy bill this year because of certain things that took place down in the largest city in our state, Bridgeport, Chairman Staffstrom's hometown. And so we're not afraid of issues, whether they're, aid in dying, whether they're the death penalty for criminal behavior, how our correctional facilities work, how our law professions work, all the way to medical records and workers' compensation and condominium law. And it can go from just broad 30,000 foot real moral questions to really intricate nuances. I certainly want to associate myself with all the thanks to the staff and the members here, Nathan and Kirsten, and all our other support staff. In particular, I think that I am blessed with the best legislative aide in Connecticut, Kate McAvoy. She keeps me on point, on target, organized, and that is no easy feat. And so I wouldn't be half the legislator I am without her support. And I'm extraordinarily blessed to have Attorney Melanie Dykes assisting me as one of our Senate Republican staff attorneys. She also acts as a professor. She's highly in the ranks of the Bar Association, just has a vast experience and knowledge of the law. And she's always there. And she enjoys working with this committee and looks at the problems and conundrums that we face with cheerfulness and academic rigor. And I really very much appreciate that. So the co-chairs are wonderful to work with. The vice chairs, we're really blessed. It is not hyper-partisan by any stretch. And Representative Fishbein, I couldn't ask for a better ranking member, except I do sort of miss Rosa not that long ago, but now she's happy as a probate court judge in the Naugatuck Valley. But Representative Fishbein, as the ranking member from the House, just dives into everything with both feet. And he has a wealth of practical experience. I mean, the variety in his private practice boggles my mind. And back before I worked for a large employer, I was in private practice, and certainly our firm didn't have the breadth of experiences that clearly Representative Fishbein has. So I'm a blessed person. I am just been extraordinarily lucky to be on this committee for 30 years now. And we're just going to take a brief pause with our official business now, but before you know it, if past is protocol, past is the future, we're going to have a bunch of bills forwarded to us from other committees, and I'm hoping that we can address them as smoothly as we've addressed this year's agenda. So I am just thankful to everyone in this room. The last point is sort of along the lines of what Senator Winfield said. I think I've been around the legislature here in Connecticut long enough to say that I've had an opportunity to take trips to various national conventions and groupings on various issues, whether it's criminal justice or it's other things. And I've learned about how things operate in New York and Massachusetts. And I want my constituents and the people of the state of Connecticut to know that your voice matters, whether it's in the formal proceedings of a public hearing on a bill proposals, or just reaching out to us. We are not like surrounding states. New York, they have the people at the top of the pyramid sort of dole out money to the reps and senators and say, do with this what you want in your districts, but they run the show. There's a lot of heavy-handedness from what I can gather in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. In New Hampshire, there are just hundreds of people, and they get paid poorly, and you get a lot of people that are just retired and or have huge financial wherewithal. But it is just not the system that we have in Connecticut. There are signs as you proceed from the LOB into the capital area, and it says, one of them says, a decent and orderly government. And I always used to wonder about that because it doesn't sound like vastly aspirational, right? Decent and orderly government. But I think that's what we have in Connecticut. We have a decent and orderly government. And when you look around the country and you look around the world, that is something to be proud of. So I just want my constituents in North Central Connecticut and the 8 towns, all are part of which I serve, but throughout the 169 cities and towns in Connecticut, your voice matters. You can always, always reach out to us. You may not always hear what you want, you may not even get what you want, but we're going to listen and we're going to take it to heart. And the people that I serve with, Democrats and Republicans alike, are doing this because we love our state and we love the people that we serve. We're going to have differences of opinions. We always do. But we have a good state here in Connecticut, and we have a lot to be proud of. And I'm very honored to serve on this committee. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Kissel. Representative Fishman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First I want to start with my fellow leadership. It's a unique experience for me up here. I in addition to being up here, I also hold a local seat, and it's different up here. It's very welcoming up here. We get a lot done up here, and I just want to thank my fellow leadership for your trust, collaboration, and friendship as we work through many difficult things. I also want to thank the interns. We had a great Sunday afternoon into evening going over the claims a few weeks ago. Avi, Brianna, Anna, and Keith, what they went through this session is something very unique. There are 4 people in the whole of the state of Connecticut that had the opportunity to review those claims, to learn about the claims process, which I'm going to tell you, most lawyers don't know about. Friday when we left here, I got in the elevator and I said hello to the person who was getting on the elevator with me, and she said, have a holly jolly. And since I've been a little kid, I've had this blessing and curse that sometimes somebody will say something to me and it sticks with me, and it falls into iambic pentameter and becomes a poem. And all weekend long, I had holly jolly. So please excuse my humor. It's a holly jolly session. It's the best time of the year. I don't know if there'll be snow, but shrooms will soon be here. It's a holly jolly session. Here you have a choice. Express yourself in person or remote to use your voice. Oh ho, the mistletoe hung above your seat. House and Senate will combine quite the difficult feat. It's a holly jolly session, and I really must admit, Jackson is quite exemplary. I ask for no other fit. Oh ho, the mistletoe withers without much fuss. I doubt that we will figure out bond before sine die is upon us. It's a holly jolly session, and to our nonpartisan staff, my pleasure working with all of you and many times to share a laugh. It's a holly jolly session. The food here makes me doughy, and with that I get to mention that I still really miss Zoe. Oh ho, the mistletoe, leafless and drying out. Perhaps I should end this soon before Steve bops me in the snout. It's a holly jolly session. Some bills caused us too much fuss. Instead of passing, they were sent to long session to discuss. It's a holly jolly session. Oh, but the worst is yet to come. Other committees are in our lane. Our work is never done. Oh ho, the mistletoe fell from where it once hung. Hopefully we won't need it, and we work together as one. Have a holly jolly session, and in case I wasn't clear, oh, by golly, to have a holly jolly session this year. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You missed your calling, Representative Kurt Fishbein.
I was gonna say, I think there's a request for an encore. I think next year for a
Not-
jam, we're actually gonna charge a cover to get in. So anyway, thank you, Representative Fishbein. All right, well, with that, I think we should probably just vote on our consent calendar and get out of here. Madam Administrator, please call the consent calendar.
Consent calendar consisting of House Bills 5411 and 5256 and Senate Joint Resolutions 7, 153, 158, 164, 173, 174, 181. House Joint Resolutions 23, 175, 176, 178, 201 and 203 and 214. Winfield. Staffstrom.
Yes.
Flexer.
Yes.
Quinn.
Yes.
Kissel.
Yes.
Fishbein.
Yeah.
Blumenthal.
Yes.
Callahan.
Yes.
Conley.
Conley, yes.
Curry.
Yes.
Delaney.
Delaney, yes.
Dillon.
Dillon, yes.
Doucette.
Yes.
Dubitsky.
Yes.
Elliott.
Elliot, yes.
Gaston.
Yes.
Gilchrist.
Gilchrist, yes.
Godfrey. Paul. Harding. Hayes. Howard.
Yes.
Johnson. Khan. Labriola. Lesser. Mar. Miller.
Miller, yes.
O'Day.
O'Day, Oho, yes.
Osborne.
Osborne, yes.
Pavlock D'Amato.
Pavlock D'Amato votes yes.
Porter.
Porter votes are holly jolly affirmative.
Sampson. Sims.
In the affirmative.
Beach. Yes. Walker. Wilson.
All right. Apparently Representative Fishman would like to do another rendition. No, just
I did miss a paragraph. um, And only because of who it's about, I feel that I have to. So anyway, it's a holly jolly session. Nate and Kirsten are the best. Hand in glove compatible. Geez, we are surely blessed.
okay.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Chairman.
you. Yep. Good. Yeah, no. Thank you. I think we've had quite enough. The votes will remain open. Votes will remain open until 1 o'clock. We stand in recess. I'm sure we'll be back together for some referrals at some point, but take it easy, everybody.
Do we stay on here to put in our late vote?
Yes, we do. Yeah, you gotta raise your hand, Osborne, because, yep, there you go.
Okay, sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Representative Porter.
Yes.
For Senate Bill 359,
What number was that, Kristen?
it's
Person.
number 4.
Oh, what the heck? I'll vote yeah. No. Mm, no.
No? Did you say it? I
Yes.
just want to make sure I get it. Yes? Okay.
No, I was saying yes to the no.
Okay, so I'm gonna mark you as a no
Yes, thank
for
you.
359, and then
That was,
440,
is that Sampson's bill?
359 is, that's correct.
Okay, okay.
Senate Bill, 444,
Yes.
okay, and then 5379,
Bill 444, I'm sorry, and then the other one was,
this one is 5379, which is number 10.
yes.
Okay, you're all set?
All set? Thank
Yep.
you so much.
Thank you.
All right, have a good one.
You too.
Thanks, bye-bye.
Senator Miller,
Yes.
okay, I need you just for Senate Bill 359.
I'm going to say yes, but should it make it to the floor, I may change my mind. I'll say yes to get it out of committee.
Okay.
I
Thank
think
you
that
so
was
much.
the only one, right?
Yeah, that's all I had you marked down
All right.
as.
Thank
Yep.
you.
You're welcome.
And thank you for all of your hard work. You kept us on task this year, so we really appreciate you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Take care. Representative Osborne?
Kristen, do you mind, Rep. Osborne, do you mind if I go first? I have to run to another meeting.
Yeah,
Sorry.
absolutely. So Representative Conley, I only need you for Senate Bill 444.
Conley, yes.
All right, you're all set. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Rep. I appreciate it.
I think all you need me on is 359.
That's correct. Yep.
I'll vote yes for getting
All
out of
right.
committee.
You're all set.
Thanks.
Representative Gilchrist?
Great, thank you.
So Senate Bill 359
Yes,
for Senate Bill 429.
what number is it on the agenda?
It is number 6.
Oh, 429. Yes,
For 444, for 438,
yes,
444,
yes,
for 5379,
yes,
45486,
yes,
and then say 5499.
yes.
Okay, and then I got you for consent. So you're all set. That's it. Thank you so much. Senator Marr,
Yes, hi.
how are you?
I am good, thanks. I'm driving in the pouring rain. There was no way I could vote, so
Yeah.
I'm ready to vote. I know all the votes. So for the
Okay.
first one, number 4, 359,
Yep.
no.
Okay, I have you the no. All right.
And then,
go ahead.
then yes for all the rest of the bills, including the consent agenda.
Okay, so that's the only no. Everything else will be yes.
Correct.
Okay, so 359 is your only no. Perfect. And then all yes. Okay. I'll mark it down. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Take care.
And Kirsten, thank you so much.
Oh,
You're
you're
really
welcome.
a pleasure to work with. Thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Representative Johnson?
Hi, Kristen. I think Rep. Sims was next, and I need a couple more minutes.
That's fine. Representative, that's okay. Representative
Thank
Sims,
you.
I only need you for Senate Bill 359.
Thank you, Dominique, for that. Kristen, I'm gonna vote yes, on all the bills.
Okay.
All good, Travis. You be safe.
You too.
All right, and Representative Johnson, whenever you're ready.
Let's see. I think I am, but admittedly, I haven't been on, so I don't even know the bills that were called.
That's
I'm
okay.
picking them up. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you want to let me know, or do you want me to go through them?
Oh, if you could please go through them, I'd so
Yep,
appreciate it.
for
I
sure.
don't want to miss any. Thank you.
No, you're totally fine. Do you want to do consent really quick or no?
Yeah, I can do that. I'm a, yes.
Okay. All right, you're all
Thank-
set on consent for
Thank
Senate Bill 3. So let me go through. So we skipped 1, 2, and 3 on the agenda.
All right.
Senate Bill 359, we did a roll call. How would you like to vote?
I will vote no on that, on 359, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
We skipped number 5.
Okay.
Senate Bill 429. How would you like to vote?
I'm a yes on 429. Thank you.
Okay. And then 438.
I'm also a yes on 438.
Okay. 444.
I'm a yes on 444. Thank you.
Okay. And then 5379, number 10, we did roll. How would you like to vote on that?
Oh, 5379. I'm a yes
Yep.
on. Mhm.
Yeah, we put 9 and we put 11 on consent.
Oh, let me see
then-
9 and 11 just to make sure. 9, 11. Yeah, I'm okay with those being on
Okay.
yes on consent.
And then we
Mhm.
skipped number 12. So
Okay.
number 13, which is 5486, how did you want to vote on that?
I will vote yes on 5486. Thank you.
And then 5499?
I'm also a yes on 5499. Thank you.
Okay, so then we put, and then everything else, the next section of the agenda, which is all the claims, all of those went on consent.
And 15 we skipped. Is that right?
15, I'm sorry, 15 we skipped. That's correct.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Oh, thank you so much.
No, you're good to go.
I had to be at a new high school groundbreaking, so I couldn't be there.
Please.
Thank you.
A million different places, yes.
Of course. Thank you for everything you do for us. It's so great to work with you. Thanks again.
Take care. Have a
Thank you.
great one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Hi, Representative Delaney. How are you?
Hi, Madam Administrator. I'm good, thank you. I just wanted to make sure, I just wanted to double and triple check that I hadn't missed any votes.
I don't have you guys missing any, but I'll just double check this
Yeah.
last one. You're all set. You're good to go.
Roger that. Well, thank you for squaring us away, Madam Administrator, and for everything that you do.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a good one.
You too.
Yep. Oops, sorry. Mhm.
Hi, Representative, can you hear me okay? Oh, I can't, hang on, you're muted. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So we skipped
So,
items 1 through 3. Number
yeah,
4
so
is
number,
Senate Bill 359.
no.
Okay.
Do we have enough votes to take one out?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, the next one is, 429.
Yep, 429.
Yes,
Okay. 438,
yes,
444,
oh, we did that one, okay.
yes. For 444?
Yes, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
Uh,
Lost for a
Do
second.
we have enough votes to get that one out?
Yes.
Good. Okay. 5256,
So 5256 went on consent.
okay.
5379 was roll call. So how would you like to vote for that?
379?
5379, which was number 10.
Oh, 50, yes,
Okay. And then 50. So items 9 and 11 went on consent, and then we skipped number 12. So number 13, 5486,
yes,
and then 5499.
yes,
And for consent?
yes.
All right, you're all set.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much. Have a good one.
You too.
Hi, Senator, how are you?
I am good. I heard I missed a vote or
Yes,
so.
I missed you for one vote for Senate Bill 444.
Yes.
Yes, awesome. And that's it. Thank you so
Uh,
much.
all right. Thank you.
I
I
appreciate it. Have a good
appreciate
one.
you. All right. You too.
Miss Senator.
Hi, how are you?
Good, and yourself?
I'm all right. This is not the schedule I thought we would have today.
Hey.
I like turned around. I was like, why am I driving there?
Yes, we're like lightning today.
Yeah.
All right, so I missed you for Senate Bill 359,
Yes.
for Senate Bill 444.
Oh, hold on. I thought it was a different one that you called. I apologize. Hold on.
Oh, you're fine.
Can you read me the title of 444?
Yeah, Senate Bill 444 is, of course, it's on the second page. Not concerning the modification of sentences for cannabis-related offenses.
Yes.
Flex with a yes. And then, right, and then 5379, which was number 10.
Can you read me that title too?
Yeah, of course. It is an act concerning the duties of the state marshals and the operation of the state marshal commission and the
Yes.
state marshals
Yep.
advisory.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank
And,
you.
yeah, I got you for everything else.
Great. Thank you very
Enjoy the rest
much.
of your day.
You too.
Take
Bye-bye.
care. Bye. Hi, Representative. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Good. So I only missed you for one vote, Senate Bill 359.
Yes.
All right, awesome. Cool. You're all set.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good one.
You too.
Representative Dillon, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm just checking in to see whether or not I missed any votes.
I need you for 2 votes really quickly for Senate Bill. It's item number 4, Senate Bill 359.
Yes,
And then I need you for, Dillon, I had for Senate Bill 444.
yes.
Okay. Otherwise, you're all set.
Thank you
Thank
very
you so
much.
much. Have a good one.
Bye.